Who wants to do work on a Sunday? Nobody. Hello nerds, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Najah Marie, back with another video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 10 things that helped me get A's and B's this semester as an online college student. So without further ado, here goes nothing. Okay nerds, numero uno. Stick to a schedule. Now, what do I mean when I say stick to a schedule? I mean, if you're taking 3 credit hour courses, then you need to treat your online courses like you're on campus and you're going to a lecture every other day. So if you're taking 3 credit hours, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So take those 3 credit hours worth of online courses, block them, or put them into your schedule for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you have Tuesday, Thursday, and the weekends off to study or do whatever it is that you want to do during those off days. But make sure that you stick to a schedule. Numero dos, get enough sleep. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep. When you're not getting enough sleep, your brain can't function properly. Your brain can't remember concepts. Your brain is just struggling to connect concepts together. It's almost like a gear that just is struggling to turn. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, because when you're well rested, your brain is able to absorb concepts better. You're able to make connections to certain subjects, and you're just able to really focus and really grasp the material that you're consuming so that you can perform well on your tests, quizzes, exams, all that stuff. Now let's get into number 3. Prioritize what's important. What do I mean by that when I say prioritize what's important? Well, I mean, when you're making your schedule for the week on Sundays, like I usually do, if you're getting your schedule together for the week ahead and you have a long list of to-dos, or your list is short, doesn't matter the length, as long as you get it done. Make sure that you rank your to-do list agenda with like your task, like rate them from most important to least important, so from 1 to 5. And your number one would be like a discussion board question prompt or whatever that you have to have done by Wednesday. So that would be number 1. Or if you have a chapter or chapters to read by the end of the week, that would be number 1, because you know that the material for this class is really dense, so you have to start early to make sure that you can understand the concepts and stuff. For example, your 5th thing would be, and dare I say it, I don't know, like recording TikTok videos. That's number 5 on your to-do list, because it's not necessarily as important as reading the chapters that you need to read for this test. Make sure that you're prioritizing what's important to you. And now we're getting into numero cuatro. Numero cuatro. Change your environment. Pretty self-explanatory. Don't stay at home and complete your work, assignments, readings, or whatever. Change your environment. Go someplace new. Go to a Starbucks. Go to your local coffee shop. Go to a library. Go by your friend's house. Just go anywhere else that's not your usual spot, which would be your place. Because when you're at home, when you're at your apartment, when you're living with your parents, I guess, I don't know what your situation is, but in any of those scenarios, if you are in your comfort zone, you're less likely to really put forth the effort to study, because you're surrounded by distractions. So you got your phone, you got your TV, your laptop, a project that you have been working on that has nothing to do with your schoolwork, right? So you have all of these distractions and you can't focus on what's important. So changing your environment, even going outside and studying outside for a little while, does wonders. And now we're getting into numero 5. Take breaks and or naps. Taking breaks or naps is essential to give your brain a refresh, a reboot, a reset, whatever you want to call it. Taking naps or taking breaks really, like, it just helps your brain like focus on something else that's not schoolwork. Taking a break could be like after you've done, let's say if you do the Pomodoro technique, if you've already done an hour's worth of that and you have a 10-minute break in between sessions, well, you could take that 10 minutes to, I don't know, doodle or read a novel, like read a page of a novel that you've been reading, or write in your journal, or drink some water or something. Just as long as your brain can kind of not shut off, but detach from all of the material that it's been absorbing for the past hour. So make sure that you take breaks, even if that involves taking a nap. I find that taking quick naps, 35-minute naps, help me a lot, because when I wake up from my nap, even though I'd rather go back to sleep, I find that when I go back to studying, I'm really present and fully aware, and my brain is able to absorb whatever it is that I'm reading, like the material. My brain is better able to absorb the material and make those connections that it needs to make so I can do well on my assignments and tests. Número 6, eat good food and have plenty of snacks. I would think that that's self-explanatory, but I guess if I'm being more specific, when I say eat good food, I mean like that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to eat carrot sticks and hummus. No, because you may be allergic to carrots, or you just might not like carrots, or you're allergic to hummus, or you might not like hummus. Just eat foods that aren't junk. Chips, cakes, cookies. Try to stay away from foods that leave you feeling like bleh. Try to stay away from foods that leave you feeling tired. Also, make sure that you have, I don't know, some trail mix or granola bars or yogurt parfait, or just a cup of yogurt or some Jello or something. Just make sure that you have snacks nearby to help fuel you as you're studying, because you get hungry after a while. You already had lunch, but it's not dinner time yet, but you need something to keep you, like to give you energy to fuel you for the last leg of your study session. Well, yeah, that's where a snack comes in, and a Snickers bar does not count. Número 7. What was that? Número 7. Get outside and or exercise. Stop whatever you're doing, take a break, go outside, get some vitamin D, some sun, breathe some fresh air, hear the birds chirp, hear the squirrels run, just hear nature in general. Because when you're outside, you get out of your head and into your body, and you're more present, or at least that's just in my case. Also, taking some time to exercise during the day, like if you've been sitting on your butt studying for the past 4 hours, just take a break. Go outside and spend 20 to 30 minutes just walking. That also helps to boost your energy, it boosts your brain, and all sorts of stuff. Plus, it's just nice to be outside instead of cooped up in a Starbucks or a library all day, because that whole setting can get boring after a while. So getting outside really helps switch things up. Número 8, seat people. And no, I'm not talking about mer people. No. What I mean by see people is visit people. Go see a friend, or Skype or FaceTime, or do whatever you gotta do to talk to somebody, just as long as you're remaining social and you're interacting with people. Because when you're in an online college, you're not on campus, so you're not surrounded by other college kids. You're by yourself the majority of the time. So just making sure that you maintain some kind of a social life. It also really helps to separate like school from your social life, because school work can't necessarily be your entire life. There has to be a balance. So making sure that you're taking the time to like see people that you love, visit, friends, family, whatever you have to do. Just make sure that you do that so that you're not isolating yourself from the world. Número 9. Reward yourself, no matter how small. With rewarding yourself, it can be something as small as a nice bubble bath for completing whatever work that you did today. Or it could be giving yourself a mani-pedi. Or it could be, I don't know, just like watching your favorite Netflix show for an hour. Just as long as you're rewarding yourself for doing the work. That's super important because it gives you an incentive to keep going. It also helps you to reflect on what you've already completed. And rewarding yourself, no matter how small, like it just boosts your confidence and self-esteem because you know that you're doing the work to get the grades that you want to get. Feel really good about yourself. Last but not least, break it down. And no, I don't mean break it down on the dance floor, no matter how tempting that may actually be. I'm talking about breaking down your big assignment. So taking those big assignments that take more than one day to complete and breaking that down into manageable chunks. For example, if you have a seven-page paper due by Sunday, well, you have from Monday to Friday or Saturday, depending upon your schedule and what you have planned. You have a couple of days in between to get that paper done, to work on that paper little by little by little, so that by maybe the second to last day, third to last day, you could just have somebody proofread it, make sure that it makes sense, whatever you have to do to make sure that you get a good grade. Yeah, you have to do all that to make sure that you do well in your classes. So breaking down those big assignments into manageable chunks and not waiting until the last minute does wonders, because when you break those assignments down, you're less prone to stress yourself out. You're less prone to find yourself doing all-nighters trying to complete that work quickly, and you're less likely to turn in work that you're not proud of. And I wasn't done yet. I have a bonus. And that bonus is start early and often. Now, remember when I was saying in the last point that I made about breaking down assignments into manageable chunks? Right. If you start on those assignments early and you complete them little by little, by the time that due date comes around, you don't have to worry about nothing because you've already completed the majority of that assignment. So you're not stressing yourself out, okay? And what do I mean by starting often? What I mean by that is if you have maybe 2 or 3 chapters to read by Wednesday, right? Well, the earlier that you can start reading those chapters, the better. So reading like 5 or 6 pages of a 20-page chapter, starting early on that, starting that chapter on like Sunday instead of on a Monday, which I know is, who wants to do work on a Sunday? Nobody. But if you want to eliminate as much stress and tension and all-nighters and all that kind of stuff, starting early is your best bet. Starting early and often. Okay, nerds, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have not already, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Toodles!